Hi everybody, I'm in Clumber Park today for my dreadlock video. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. There's a Ford just here and some people have just gone through it on their push bikes and fallen over. I said to them, please wait till I get my camera turned around before you go through the Ford so I can video it. And they didn't, and I missed it, so I'm pig sick, but never mind. Dreadlocks. Pros and cons. One or two. We'll start off with the pros. First thing about dreadlocks is I like them. And to me, that's all that matters. And I think they're cool. I think my dreadlocks are cool. Some people agree, some people don't disagree. But that's the reason I've got dreadlocks, because I like them and I think they're cool. It's not just me that think they're cool. There's a lot of people knocking about that pass comment and think, or say to me, God, I love your dreadlocks. And people walk up to me in the street and go, oh, I love your dreadlocks. And I say, thank you very much. But on the other hand, there's the people that just look at you as if you're a drug dealing hippie. You know, that you're too, that's the best one, you're too old to have dreadlocks. Man of your age shouldn't have dreadlocks. You should conform. Ha! Oh, shouldn't say that, should we? No. But that's my opinion, you know. If I want dreadlocks, I'm going to have dreadlocks. If I like my dreadlocks, then I'm going to keep them. If I think they're cool, then I think they're cool. I must admit that majority of people give me a positive response about them. There are one or two that don't, but generally speaking, I get a positive response about my dreadlocks. Some of the best responses I get about my dreadlocks are from young kids, you know, like 18-month, 2, 3-year-old, and you walk past them and they're holding on to mummy and daddy's hand like this, and you walk past them and they're like, Mummy, Daddy, look at that man's hair. And the parents are going, shh, shh, be quiet, be quiet. Why be quiet? They like my hair or they want to look at my hair. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. You know, I think it's good. Everybody should be different. And I'm a little different. I don't wear trousers. I haven't worn trousers for 2 years since my son got married. And only then, under a great deal of sufferance. I wear shorts all year. January, February, wear my shorts. People say, aren't you cold? And I say, if I were cold, I'd put more clothes on, you know. How do you manage with your hair like that? Well, it's just one of the things I put up with, you know. I don't put up with it. That's perhaps the wrong word. It's one of the things I live with. And I live with it because I like it. I said in my last video that one of the reasons I got my dreadlocks was because my wife told me I couldn't, and she hated them and hated them and hated them for the first few months. But you know, after about 2 years, she actually turned around to me one day and said, I saw you walking down the road the other day, and as I drove past, and actually your dreadlocks look quite cool, you know. You can't win, can you? So apparently now she likes them, but there is one person whose nose they really get up, and that's my dad. My dad's 90, and every time he sees me he's saying, Peter, for God's sake, get your hair cut. Do something with your hair. It looks and I just smile at him and say, Dad, this is me, you know, you've got to accept it. You're too bloody old for that now. You're 64-year-old. Get rid of the dreadlocks. I'm not 64, Dad. I'm 63. I'm nearly 64. Not that it makes any difference, like, but there you go. But my dad hates them with a vengeance. When you're out and about on a windy, breezy day, it's great because the wind gets behind your dreads and they blow around a bit, and, you know, you get that Viking look, you know, I'm a Viking. No, I'm not a Rastafarian or anything like that. I'm a Viking, and I've got Viking locks, and that's what I like. I like it to blow in the breeze. We went on one of these speedboat trips, and my hair's flying all over the place, and the people behind me are going. Oh, it was great fun. I thought it was brilliant, but they didn't like it. Not a problem to me though. Okay, so now one or two other negative things about dreadlocks. Sometimes they can be a real pain in the butt. You know, when you're doing things, it don't matter what it is, even simple things like tying a shoelace bent over, they hang down in front of you, they're in the way. Doing the dishes, because they're that long, I did ought to trim them really, but because they're that long, you know, they hang down and they can go in the dirty dishwater and all that kind of stuff, and they end up like this, you know, and oh look, I look like Robinson Crusoe. And they hang down and then go in the dishwater and stuff like that. So generally speaking, I fasten them back and tie them back. But yeah, that can be a pain when you're doing things, you know, that can get in your way. One of the other problems can be bedtime. When you're in bed, you'll roll over, you'll be laid on them. If you turn over in bed, you've more or less got to sit up, pull your hair all the way around and then lay back down again, otherwise you're laid on them. So that can be a bit of a pain in the butt. A couple of other things about them: you can't go anywhere without being instantly recognised. People will see you, and they might not see you for 6-9 months, and you've only passed them in the street, but they remember you. They remember you for nothing else except your hair. But the worst thing about him can be Joe Public. I mean, don't get me wrong, the majority of people are absolutely lovely. I would say 90-95% of people are absolutely brilliant. But you always get someone who think they've got the right, and I don't know why, think they've got the right to walk up to you, total stranger, and grab your hair. Now, I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say, oh, I like your hair, and they're trying to compliment you and this, that and the other. But they walk up and they grab your hair and, oh, I love your hair, look at this, look at all this, is it real? You know, and it's like, get off my bloody hair, will you? You know, and I get it in the taxi sometimes. And in fact, sometimes it's that bad. I have to say to people, touch my hair again and you're walking. You know, it's a real pain in the butt. But generally speaking, 95% of people are awesome. You know, I've had people in supermarkets walk up and say, I've had people in supermarkets walk up and just grab my hair. Oh, I love your hair. Leave me alone. You know, I don't go around grabbing people's hair and saying, oh, I like your hair, isn't it lovely? You know, what makes them think they've got the right to come up and just grab my hair? But that's people. Now, I know some people would consider that I'm making myself a target purely and simply because of my hair. You know, it attracts all sorts of weirdos, and they probably think that I'm a weirdo. Well, I might be, but you never know. But some people consider that, or tell me that I'm making myself a target because of my hair. No, I'm not. You know, I'm a person, I'm an individual, and if I want my hair like this, I've got the right to have my hair like this without people coming up and grabbing it. But the worst ones of the lot are those that stand behind you and come out with snide remarks, you know, like in the supermarket queue or in the queue at the bank. Oh, look at that hair. Ain't it disgusting? Ain't it horrible? And I generally just turn around, look them up and down with a look of disgust. And if they carry on, then I shall probably turn around and make a rude comment to them and then ask them how they like it, you know, like if they're overweight. Yeah, my hair might be a bit of a mess, but look at state of you, you know, go on a diet, you know. And it causes me aggro, I must admit. But, you know, people think that because you've got dreadlocks, you know, you're a tree hugger. No, I'm not a tree hugger. I'm an ex-paratrooper. Never ever been a tree hugger. Never ever gonna be a tree hugger. So, if you give me verbal, don't be surprised if you get some back. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, look at that nice big jet. Anyway, that's about it. So if you like this video and you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit that little dingy bell, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm now going to go out around Clumber. I'm going to get my drone out and I'm going to do some video footage with the drone. If I get anything decent, I might slip a bit in here, let you have a look at some of the other stuff I do photography wise. I'll also leave a link to my photography channel somewhere up here like that. Okay, but if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I shall see you hopefully hopefully on the next one, if you know, I've not upset you too much by saying I'm a Viking, big pointy hat, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, no, this bit's not going on, don't worry. I'm just dicking about again. See you soon, bye.